Okay, third graders, we are back for lesson 3.3. This is the last lesson for the week, and we're going to be working on partial sums addition. And with this lesson, we are going to work on estimating and using partial sums to solve addition problems. First, a number talk. What's the difference with 52 minus 10? Well, you might be quite comfortable counting by tens forward, and if you're comfortable counting by tens forward, you might be able to do it backwards. So if I'm counting by tens backwards and I start at 52, count back 10, 42. Or if I look at this problem, 52 minus 10, I can say to myself, well, 2 minus 0 is 2, and 5 tens minus 1 10 will be 4 tens. So I put my 4 in the tens place, and that's 40. So 52 minus 10 is 42. And some mental math and fluency. Earlier this week, we worked on expanding numbers, writing our numbers in expanded form. So go get your whiteboard, your marker, and eraser. Pause the video here, and I want you to write those numbers out in expanded form. When you're finished, restart the video. Okay, so for expanded form with 189, that 1 is in the hundreds place, it's 100. That 8 is in the tens place, it's 8 tens, so it's 80. The 9 is in the ones place, it's just 9 ones, so plus 9. So 189 in expanded form is 100 plus 80 plus 9. Then I've got 603. Well, it's 6 in the hundreds place, so that's 600. There's a 0 in the tens place, so I have 0 tens. There's a 3 in the tens place, or excuse me, in the ones place, sorry. So that's 3 ones. So 603 is 600 plus 0 plus 3. Then I have a number in the thousands place. It's a 2 in the thousands place, so that's 2,000. I have a 0 in the hundreds place, so I have 0 hundreds. I have a 5 in the tens place, so that's 50. And I have a 0 in the ones place, so that's 0 ones. So 2050 in expanded form is 2000 plus 0 plus 50 plus 0. Our strategy today, well, hold on, let's do our math message. Oh, we're going to work on estimating. All right. So what I mean by that is I've got 44 plus 77. I don't want the real answer. I want an estimated answer. I want to know it's about how much. So in order to do that, I need to round my numbers to close but easy numbers to use in my head. So 44 rounded to the nearest 10 is between 40 and 50, but it's closer to 40. 77 rounded to the nearest 10 is going to be 80. These are easy to use numbers because if I think of the basic fact, 4 plus 8, that's 12. So that means 40 plus 80 is going to be 120. So the estimated answer to 44 plus 77 is about 120. We're going to do the same thing with 58 plus 96. I want an estimation of the answer. I don't want the real answer. I want to know it's about how much. So 58, when I round that to a close but easy number to use, will be 60. 96, rounding that to a close but easy number to use, is going to be 100. I add that together. My basic fact would be 6 plus 10, that's 16. And when I add 60 plus 100, that's going to be 160. So my estimated answer for 58 plus 96 is about 160. So our strategy today is that of working on adding partial sums. And your knowledge of expanded notation is going to come in very handy when you are adding partial sums. So to begin with, let's think about what is the expanded form of each addend. And the addend are the numbers that we're adding together. So 145 and 322 are called addends. So the expanded form for each of these is 100 plus 40 plus 5 for 145, and then 300 plus 20 plus 2 for 322. Now we're going to work on talking through how to solve that problem using our partial sums strategy. And this is where your expanded form is going to come in very handy. So before we work on solving this, I want to point out that we have listed here ones, tens, and hundreds. The numbers going down in the ones, underneath that one, that's the ones column. Then we have our tens column, and then we have our hundreds column. The numbers in our ones column represent ones. The numbers in the tens column represent tens. The numbers in the hundreds column represent hundreds. So this is 5 ones, that's 4 tens, that's 100. Okay? So when we are using partial sum strategy, we are going to take our places apart. All right? We have the word partial. That means partial means some of something, not all of it. So we're going to use a part. We're going to take apart our hundreds, and then our tens, and then our ones. So when I look at the number 145 and 322, I'm going to take my ones. I have 1 in the hundreds place, that's 100. I have 3 in the hundreds place, that's 300. So I would write 100 plus 300, and that's going to be 400. Then I look at the numbers in the tens place. I have 4 in the tens place, and that's 40. I have 2 in the tens place, and that's 20. I add up the numbers in my tens place, 40 plus 20, that's 60. Then I look and see what's in my ones place. I have a 5 in the ones place, that's just 5. I have a 2 in the ones place, that's just 2. So 5 plus 2 is 7. One thing I want you to notice is how everything is lined up right underneath each other, and it's all nice and neat and tidy. And when I say lined up underneath each other, I mean all the ones are in the ones column, all the tens are in the tens column, all the hundreds are in the hundreds column. So now that I have taken them apart, I'm going to rewrite it down here in expanded form. So 400 plus 60 plus 7. I put that together and I have 467. So that means that 145 plus 322 is 467. All right, we're going to work on solving this one together using the partial sums strategy. The numbers that I'm adding together, or my addends, are 269 plus 420. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take them apart. I'm going to do the hundreds part, then the tens part, and then the ones part. So my hundreds, I have a 2 and I have a 4. That's not just 2 and 4, that's 200 and 400. So 200 plus 400. And like my basic fact, that's 2 plus 4. 2 plus 4 is 6. So 200 plus 400 is 600. Then I look at my digits in the tens place. I have 6 and I have 2. Well, we have to remember that's not just 6 plus 2. That's 60 plus 20. My basic fact is 6 plus 2, that's 8. So 60 plus 20 is going to be 80. Then I look at the part in the ones place. I have a 9 and a 0. So it's 9 plus 0. And 9 plus 0 is 9. I want you to look on how nice and neat and tidy I have written 680 and 9. 9 is in the ones place. The 8 is in the tens place because that represents 80. The 6 is in the hundreds place because that represents 60. I cannot put the 80 over here because then that doesn't mean 80. So you have to be very careful and be nice and neat and tidy where you are writing your digits. Then I'm going to take these numbers and write it down here in expanded form. 600 plus 80 plus 9 equals 689. So that means that 269 plus 420 equals 689. Now, ladies and gentlemen, are you expected to be an expert at partial sums strategy of adding numbers? Absolutely, positively not. This is the first time that you've done it. We will be revisiting this. You will do some practice in your math boxes. But under no uncertain terms are you an expert yet. Hopefully by the end of Chapter 2 you're an expert because you all have practiced it several times. So, for practice, in your math journal, page 69, I want you to do numbers 1, 2, and 3. And I want you to notice that there is a sample 1 finished for you. Okay? So you're going to follow that sample, follow that example. I do want to talk about the first part of each of these problems. The first part of each of these problems, you need to do an estimate. Okay? So you've got 143 plus 28. You can estimate that answer. That's what you need to do, but you need to round the add-ins to close but easy to use numbers. So I've got 143. 143 is between 100 and 200. So it's closer to 100, so I can put down 100 plus. And 28 is close to 30. So 100 plus 30 is 130. That's my estimate. Then you're going to do your partial sums work down here to find the real answer, and then you'll put the real answer at the top. Now my estimate is just one example of an estimate. Let me show you another here. Okay, so if it's 143 plus 28, I gave one example of an easy to use number is 100. But if I look at 143, I can also round that to the nearest 10. I rounded it to the nearest 100. You could round it to the nearest 10 and it's going to be 140. And then this is still going to be 30. And I add that together. Well, 14 plus 3 is 17. So 140 plus 30 is 170. So I do this to show you that there's more than one way that you can round the number. Most important thing though is look at the example of how they used expanded form to do their partial sums addition. Okay, when you have that finished, math boxes page 70. And then I have an activity that you can do if you have time. The directions are here for estimating with partial sums. It says that you need student reference book pages 116 and 117. Well, I have that just on the next slide, and it just gives you an example of how to do it. Good luck. If you have any troubles, make sure that you send me an email, or if you have questions or concerns, make sure either moms or dads send an email or give me a call and we'll talk to you soon.